Hello everyone and welcome to the Apex Online Racing F1 Season 15 Championship, here today for the driver introduction for the Xbox Split One. My name is Joe Wilkes and I'm going to be bringing you the highlights for the Xbox Split One this season. So yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity to get to know the drivers that are going to be driving in the league this season. Now, Season 15 is the second on F1 2017. And this season we will have 15 rounds starting this Sunday on the 15th of April, and it runs all the way through to the 5th of August, which will probably be a few weeks before the new game releases. And for the first time ever in AOR history, the calendar has been altered slightly to accommodate for real-life Grand Prix. So Azerbaijan, Spain and Austria this season will all fall on the weekend of the real-life Grand Prix. And yeah, that should be pretty exciting to see this season. Now, Season 15 is the first time that the AOR Leagues will have been sponsored, and it is with great pleasure that we have got Elgato and Hype Energy on board for this season. So make sure to check their links down in the description for more information. And for me, one of the most exciting parts of this season is that they will be introducing an overtake of the week for the AOR Leagues. So I believe that will be a Twitter poll. So yeah, do make sure to head over to the AOR Twitter for more information on that. And of course, we have a new season of F1 Esports, so all the drivers will be looking to qualify for that. But yeah, that just about caps off all the background information. Without further ado, let's meet the drivers. Starting off then with the Mercedes team, and this is arguably the most exciting driver pairing up and down the grid. It is the two Saltunch brothers, Sally and Sonuch. And starting off with Sally, also known as the Flying Finn. He is the three-time and current champion of the Xbox Split One. So 3 back-to-back championships, Season 12, 13 and 14 he has won. And he'll be looking to win yet another title this year. I think it's fair to say that he completely dominated Season 14, taking 14 wins, and that included 7 on the bounce at the end of the season, winning all the Grand Prix from Malaysia to Abu Dhabi. And if he does manage to win in Season 15, he'll be looking to emulate Noble 2909's 5 championships in a row come the start of the next game. And he'll also be looking to get a little bit of practice in for the F1 Esports Championship that is coming up. He of course qualified for that championship last year, and he definitely won't want to be beaten by his brother this season. His teammate then, STS F1 Alonso, also known as Sonuch Saltunch, is of course teaming up with his brother, as I've already mentioned, and this is his 3rd season in the top split of the Xbox AOR League. He did take one victory in Season 14, and that was in Singapore. And in Season 13, which took place on F1 2016, he won at the Circuit of the Americas as well as at Interlagos in Brazil. Despite not being able to beat his brother in the AOR Championship, he did manage to win his heat at the semi-finals of the official F1 Esports earlier on last year, something which his brother couldn't do, and he'll be hungry to show who's boss in that family. Moving on then to the Red Bull team, starting off with Danny M7, one of 3 drivers on the grid who is part of AOR Esports team. And Danny actually joined at round 12 in Season 14, starting off with a very strong 4th place. And he in fact managed to climb up to 8th place in the standings by the end of the season. He also took part in the top split of AOR in Season 13, and he'll be looking to take his first podium since USA that year. Danny says that his aim is to qualify for the next season of the F1 Esports. So his aim for the season ahead is to try and match the pace of NLR Evo as well as the Saltunch brothers. His teammate for this season is OMG It's Joe, as another British driver on the grid. And he finished 10th in Season 14, but that was with 4 DNSs, meaning that he didn't turn up to 4 of the events. And his best result last season was a 5th place. So I think the two teammates at Red Bull will be trying to push each other hard and really push each other on to better things. And Joe will also be looking for his first podium on the F1 2017 game. Moving on to Ferrari now, and I think it's fair to say that on paper, this looks like the team that will be taking the constructors fight to Mercedes. Starting off with Veloce Limitless, who is probably the nearly man of AOR Xbox, yet to win his first championship. Came very close on F1 in 2014, but ever since has just struggled to get to the very top. He joined on F1 2012 during Season 5 of the Xbox Split 1, and during the last season, in Season 14, he made the switch from the controller to the wheel, and after an adaptation period, he'll be looking to score some much better results during this season. Like a couple of other drivers mentioned so far, he did take a victory in Season 14, but it was only one, and that came in the opening round in Australia. So the question is, will he be able to do the same this Sunday? His teammate for this season will be NLR Evo, and with the Season 14 runner-up Matiz leaving the league for this season, it looks like Evo is going to be the man to challenge Finn. He won 2 races in Season 14 and consistently scored podiums from Monaco onwards. Just like the Saltunch brothers, NLR Evo made it to the esports final in Abu Dhabi last year, so we'll be using this as a platform to do that once again. Next up is Force India, and leading their lineup will be Taylor Reynolds, part of the EVR esports team as well. And he will be in the Force India for a second consecutive season, so he must like that pink car, and of course we've got the hype energy. But yeah, he finished 13th in Season 14, which included an impressive 5th place in very tricky conditions in the Brazilian Grand Prix, and he'll be looking to carry that form forward to this season. His main downfall last season was that he had 7 DNFs to his name, so he'll be looking to cut that down this season and get a little bit better consistency. L Brown 97 will be Taylor's teammate for this season, and this is his first season in the top split of AOR after coming runner-up in F2 Season 14. He took 6 victories in the season in F2 last year, all of which came in the second half of the season, so if he can carry that form forward, it looks as if he'll be a force to be reckoned this year. Williams have a very interesting lineup, starting off with CRL Hamilton. Now, he joined the F1 League in Season 14 at round 7, scoring P7 on his debut, and he's actually raced in the top split since F1 2015, so a little bit of a veteran compared to a lot of other drivers in this league. But he did only manage P14 in Season 14 after a run of 7 straight DNFs. However, when he did finish, he did manage to get a 4th place and 2 7th places, meaning that he does have the pace to be competing at the top. Like a couple of other drivers already mentioned, he'll be looking to find some consistency in Season 15, and he'll be joined by TOR Leopard, who was the F3 winner in Season 14. In fact, the only driver that graduated from F3 that is in this league this season. He took 10 victories and won the title by a staggering 86 points, so it's not surprising to see why he's graduated to the top league. And believe it or not, this boy is only 13 years old, so he's got a bright future ahead of him, and he'll be looking to score points early on to hopefully give him some confidence to go and score some good points. And boy, how I'd love to be 13 and in the top split of AOR. Next up, we have the McLaren team. Both of the drivers from there actually graduated from F2, starting off with Kimi Larson, who joined the F2 in Season 14 with just 5 rounds to go. And, well, he only went and won on his debut, and also got 3 second places to go with that. He'll be relatively unknown in terms of F1 ability to a lot of the grid, but he does have pedigree. He was a World's Fastest Gamer semi-finalist in 2017, a competition, of course, run by McLaren. And he also reached the final of the GT Academy in 2014, as well as competing in the Formula Renault. So yeah, he's got quite the racing pedigree when it comes to, well, just general racing. And his teammate for this season will be more so. So like his teammate, he joined F2 with just 5 rounds to go. And despite not winning a race, he did manage to take 2 podiums and didn't finish lower than 5th place in those 5 races. Now these pair could be a real dark horse as a team. But yeah, it's not yet known whether they will be able to make that big step up to the top division. But yeah, really looking forward to see what these guys have to offer this season. Moving on to Toro Rosso now, and they have a lineup of 2 returning drivers to the top split on Xbox, starting off with Surprise Meh, who finished 7th in Season 14, taking 3 podiums along the way, including 3rd place finishes at Bahrain and Austria, and a 2nd place at Spa. So I think the next logical step for him is to get on that top step of the podium, and I'm sure he'll be looking to do just that this season. And 2 of the 6 drivers that actually finished ahead of him in the standings last season are no longer racing, so yes, this will be a real opportunity for him to prove his worth. His teammate for the season will be ESR Stone, who finished 9th in Season 14, and will be looking to rediscover the form from Season 11 on F1 2015. That year, he took 7 podiums, including a victory, and managed to finish in 3rd place in the championship. Last season, he didn't in fact manage to take any podiums, so he'll be looking to just get onto that podium during the course of this season. Taking a look then at the Renault team next, and they have a partnership of drivers that did compete in the top split in Season 14, starting off with VSR Simon. Now, the German driver finished in 12th place last season, and he'll be looking to significantly reduce the number of DNFs that he had after having 6 last campaign. His best finish was 6th in last season, which he achieved on 3 separate occasions, showing that when he does get to the checkered flag, he has the pace to compete with the top of the midfield. Now this season he'll be partnered by the Canadian Kyle Mitchell, who joined Season 14 at round 7 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and after a series of 5 DNFs in a row in the middle of the season, he did manage to find some consistency towards the end of the campaign, with 4 point scoring finishes out of the last 5, including a 6th place at Brazil, so he'll be looking to take that momentum forward for some good results this season. The penultimate team in this introduction is Haas, and they have 2 drivers that are new to Split 1, starting off with LGF's 469, who finished in 3rd place in F2 Season 14 and managed to take 3 wins along the way at Monaco, Canada and the USA. Now, LGS joined AOR in early 2017, and after finishing a lowly 16th place in his first season in F2, last season showed just how far he has improved, and if he can keep that sort of improvement up over the course of this season, he'll have a great season in Split 1. His teammate for this season is another youngster, this time a 14-year-old by the name of Pinecone, and it is his first season in AOR. Now, believe it or not, this man this boy even, only turned off ABS 2 weeks ago, but he's adapted so quickly that the moderators believe that he is fit to go straight into F1, and well, that really is being thrust in at the deep end. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he can offer, and hopefully he can be on the pace straight away. And last but not least, we have Sauber, led by Cryo Lockdown, who had a difficult Season 14 with just 5 points finishes out of a possible 16 races that he started in. And along the way, he did get 2 fastest laps, something which he has been renowned for over the course of his AOR career. However, he now needs to turn that 1 lap pace into good race pace. Just like Limitless, he is a veteran in AOR Xbox, joining Split 1 all the way back in Season 9 on F1 in 2014, where he actually took a surprise win in the USA. And again, just like Limitless, he actually made the switch from the controller to the wheel during Season 14 back in August. And after a season of adaptation last time out, he'll be looking to really put that pace to good use over the course of Season 15. His teammate for this season is the winner of F2 in Season 14, who goes by the name of Sam F1 LFC. Now, he was very consistent over the course of the season, only winning 3 times, but he did take 11 podiums along the way and showed just what consistency can do for you. Actually, Season 14 was his first in the AOR, but he is far from a newbie to league racing. He's actually competed in 10 different F1 leagues on the Codemasters games, and yeah, he'll be showing what he's all about during the course of this season. We've covered all the teams, and all that is left is to cover the reserve driver, who goes by the name of Gouch. I've probably pronounced that wrong, but we'll go with it anyway. And yeah, he competed in F2 in Season 14. And despite finishing just 6 races, he did manage to take a podium and a 4th place in those 6 races. And should he be called upon during the course of this season, I'm sure he will be, he'll be looking to find some better consistency throughout the course of the season. And yeah, this is really his opportunity to test himself against the best on Xbox. So we've talked about the drivers. All that is left now is to get into the action. Starting from this Sunday at 8 PM, make sure to tune in to the Apex Online Racing YouTube channel if you do want to watch the live stream. And midway through next week, probably by Wednesday, I will have the highlights of round 1 up on this channel. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. Let me know down in the comments who you'll be rooting for over the course of this season. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you then. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a like down below and also subscribe to the AOR channel. But until then guys, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.